If you don't uncover the real motivation with the seller and get them to feel how that motivation is impacting them, what ends up happening is you get all the way to the end of the call, and then the seller tells you that the price is not enough, or they need to think about it, or they're just going to wait. And the reason that this happens is because people change when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. And the seller is going to be in one of two different mindsets while they're on the call. They're either going to be in price-based thinking, meaning that the call was very transactional. You're talking about the condition, their time frame, their asking price, or they're going to be in result-based thinking. Result-based thinking is when the seller is talking about their pain points, talking about how it's impacting them, talking about how it's going to feel once these problems no longer exist. And when they're in result-based thinking, that's when you're able to get steep discounts. If they're in price-based thinking, all they're thinking about is how much Zillow says the house is worth or what a realtor told them that they could sell for. And so today, I'm going to be walking through exactly how to uncover the real motivation with every single prospect, and more importantly, how to go deeper on that motivation. And so there are three different questions that you can ask that at the very least will get the seller's surface level motivation. The first one is the why now question. And so what we do is in our discovery phase, we're asking them questions like, do you live here? Is it a rental? What's going on with it? We figure out what's going on with their actual situation. So where would they be going next? How are the tenants? How long has it been vacant? We understand their situation first. So once we understand their situation and we understand how long that's been their situation, then we will ask the why now question. It goes like this. So you've been living here for the last 15 years, and it sounds like this has been on your mind for the last 5. What came up recently that caused you to want to make a change now, though? So what came up recently that caused you to want to make a change now, though? That is going to get the seller to bring up whatever triggered in their brain that caused them to want to have a second call with you, want to fill out a form online, whatever caused them to make an action today. And so when we figure out what caused them to make an action today, that oftentimes gets us to the real motivation right away. Now, the second question that we can ask is the I'm confused question. So if you've ever been on a call with a seller, it sounds like things are going fairly well from what they're saying. So maybe they're talking about how much they like the property. Maybe they're talking about how good the tenants are, or that it's vacant and it's not really bothering them. So the way that you would handle that scenario is you would start out with I'm confused, and you need to actually sound confused right here. So what that would sound like in an example is you would say, I guess I'm confused. It sounds like you like the property. You like the neighborhood. What's the main reason that you're even considering moving on from this house versus just staying here? Or let's say it's a tenant, for example. I mean, I'm confused. It sounds like you hit a gold mine here. The tenant pays on time. You really like the tenant. What's the main reason you're even considering selling this property versus just keeping the cash flow that you're getting every month? So if you actually sound confused, you say, hey, I'm confused. What's the main reason that you're considering selling this property versus just X, Y, and Z? Then they're going to defend their point of view. Well, it's not that good. Or, well, I really don't like dealing with the tenants anymore. Well, I really don't like this about the property. So they're going to start telling you their real motivation right there. And then we're going to start going deeper on that. Now, an important note here is that if you cold called the seller, you do have to frame this first. So whether you ask the why now question or whether you ask the I'm confused question, you would start with, hey, I know we called you out of the blue, and I'm sure you get calls like this all the time. So help me understand. Aside from that, sounds like things are going, and then I can go right into my question. Why would you consider doing this now? What's the main reason that you're considering moving on from this property versus this? So you want to frame that if you're doing a cold call, because they didn't reach out to you. So they might just hit you with, well, you called me. And the last question that you can ask is if the seller is telling you that they want to sell, it's very clear. So you wouldn't ask what's the main reason. Maybe they already told you why they want to do this now. You can ask what's the main reason they're considering this option. So what that would sound like is, help me understand, what's the main reason you're considering the cash offer route versus just putting it on the market, waiting the 3 to 6 months like a lot of other people do? And so what they're going to do when you say, what's the main reason, is they're going to tell you the main reason they're considering working with you. They're actually going to start to sell themselves to you, and you're going to uncover a lot more motivation, maybe about time frame, maybe about showings, and then we can go deeper into that. So the next thing we're going to talk about is clarifying and probing. But what's really important to understand is you don't want to ask why. You want to ask what's the main reason. If I say, why don't you just list it? The seller is not going to be able to say, well, I still might. And if they do, I can say, right, and you still might. So what's the main reason you're considering this option? So I can just ask that question again. So those are the 3 different questions that you can use to get into the motivation. Once you're into the motivation, a lot of times what happens is the seller just gives you a very surface level answer. So you might ask, what's the main reason you're considering selling the property this route versus just listing it on the market like a lot of other people do? They go, I'm just looking for something a little bit faster. And so if you just take that and you go, okay, got it, and you move on, you actually didn't get the seller to feel any of their real motivation. So I have to ask, well, why is the speed important to you? Then they might say, well, I really don't want to make the next payment. And then I can go deeper on that. And so next thing we're going to cover is clarifying and probing questions. There's a bunch of different clarifying and probing questions you can use that will get the seller to feel some of those pain points and go 10 times deeper on the motivation. So one of my favorite ones is, how do you mean? So if the seller says something that is just vague, I can say, well, how do you mean by that? So they might say, well, I'm just really not comfortable with the neighborhood anymore. I'll say, well, how do you mean? How do you mean you're not comfortable with the neighborhood anymore? And they'll go, well, I really don't like the neighbors because of X, Y, and Z. Now I can go into some other clarifying and probing questions. But how do you mean I'm going to ask this question when I need more clarification for something to make sense? If they just say, I don't like the neighborhood anymore, that could mean a million different things. It could mean they don't like the neighbors. It could mean that the houses are starting to get built on top of each other. Then maybe they don't like the HOA. There's so many different things that could mean. The second thing I can ask is, in what way? And so let's say that the seller uses an emotion, but it's vague. So they just go, yeah, I don't know. It's just been a lot. Well, hold on. It's been a lot in what way though? And they go, well, because of X, Y, and Z. So that's another way that I can clarify and probe, especially when the seller gives me a vague emotion. Now, if the seller says something that's very clear that I don't need more clarification on, I can ask, what about? So let's say the seller says, well, I'm just getting up there in age. I'm not going to say, how do you mean you're getting up there in age? They're gonna be like, well, obviously every single year I get a little bit older. It's been happening since I was born. Doesn't make sense to ask that question. So I can say, what about? Well, help me understand, what about your age is causing you to feel like you need to move now? I can say, well, what about the payments is causing you to feel like you want to move now? So if they say expensive, right? I'm not gonna go, how do you mean expensive? Because I pretty much know what they mean. So I could ask, well, you've been paying for this mortgage for the last 10 years. So what about the payments is causing you to feel like you want to change now? Then they might say, well, they just went up, right? Then I can go into my next clarifying and probing question, which is how long? So I want you to imagine you go to a doctor and you say, doc, I got a cough. And the doc goes, well, how long have you had the cough? Yeah, just a couple hours ago, I started getting it. That's probably not that big of a deal. Maybe you're getting a little bit of a cold. What if the doctor says, how long have you had the cough? And you say, well, I've had it for the last 5 years. That's probably something pretty serious. And so the how long question, the longer that they've been dealing with the problem, the more pain it actually causes them, especially once they verbalize that and they say it out loud. So when someone verbalizes something, they internalize it. And so if they say that they've been stressed out and you go, how long have you been feeling that way? And they go, gosh, I guess the last 5 years, that's going to build more pain with them. And then immediately, if they say they've been stressed out for the last 5 years, then I can ask them again. And so if you've been so stressed for the last 5 years, what's causing you to feel like you finally want to make a change? Then they'll go deeper on that. So the how long question is really good for that. Now, another question you can ask is, who else? So if you ever heard the who, what, when, where, and why, that's like a basic framework to get more information about just about anything. And so if I ask who else, I can ask, who else is living with you? Who else is being affected by this? Those are all ways that I can get the seller to go deeper on their pain points. So for example, if the seller is saying, yeah, I just need to get out of the house because I'm living with my ex-wife, I can go, well, who else is being affected by that? Gosh, my kids are being affected the most. That's going to get them to feel a ton more pain than just the fights that they're having with their wife or with their husband. And so the who else is being affected by this is a great question to ask, especially when you know there's other people in the house. Like, it's a dangerous neighborhood. They might mention something about their kids. You could ask, well, who else is being affected by the crime in the neighborhood? Like, yeah, my wife's being affected a lot because she can't walk the kids at night. So that's a great question you can ask to go deeper with the prospect. Another one you can ask, it's a different form of how long, is when did all this start? So let's say I'm talking to a seller and they say, well, I got behind on my payments. You can ask, when did all this start? What that's going to do is, number one, it's going to extract that pain and make it a little bit deeper, because if it started 6 months ago, they're going to feel that. But also, there might have been a life event that actually caused that. So if I say, well, when did all that start? They say, gosh, I don't know, like 6 months ago. And what happened 6 months ago that caused you to get behind in the first place? Then they go, I lost my job. So those are great ways that you can uncover more motivation with the how long, is when did all of this start? And then they'll tell you that, and usually that's tied to some sort of life event. So there's another question that you can ask, especially if you want the seller to just start talking more about the problem. And so let's say that a seller is fighting with a sibling, and then the sibling did something really ugly. Like, the sibling went over to the house and they stole a bunch of stuff out of it, and it was supposed to be an inherited property. They were supposed to divide it up evenly. I could just go, And why did they do that? And then they're going to go, I don't know. And they're going to start talking about it more. So when you get the seller to talk about examples or talk about real things that are happening to them, they actually feel the motivation a lot more. They feel that pain point, and that's what makes them want to move. Another great example of this is you could ask the seller, can you give me an example of what you mean by that? So let's say, for example, the seller is saying, yeah, I'm just really tired of the neighbors. They've been causing me a lot of headache. I'll say, headache in what way? They go, well, they've just been causing a lot of trouble. Well, can you give me an example of what you mean by trouble? Then they'll go, yeah, they keep coming over. They keep throwing rocks at my fence. They're putting dents in it. They're trying to kick the soccer ball and they broke one of our windows and blah, 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 blah. They start talking. As the seller is talking about live examples, what's happening is they're reliving some of that. And so whenever somebody goes to court for something traumatic that happened to them, a lot of times they're awarded more damages because they had to sit through a long court process and get what's called re-traumatized. So every time the victim is explaining what happened to them, they're reliving all of that. And they're feeling that when they're reliving all of that, which is why they're awarded more damages whenever they end up winning the case. Same thing happens with the sellers is when they are giving you a live example, they are talking about it more. They're working themselves up. They're convincing themselves even more that they want to change. And the last question you can ask is, why is that important? So if you want the seller to dig their heels into something that they just said, ask them why that's important. So they might say, yeah, at this point, I just really want to get closer to my kids. And you've been apart from them for the last 5 years. Why is that so important now? Then they'll start digging their heels in even more. If they say, well, I just really won't want to deal with any of the showings. Help me understand, why is that important? Gosh, because I have so much stuff and I don't want all these looky-loos in my house. So why is that important is a great way to get their sellers to dig their heels in even more about a problem that they just said. And if you ask these 9 different questions, you don't have to use every single one, but what you'll be able to do is you're going to see that the seller is going to start opening up a lot more. They're going to start talking a lot more about their pain. They're going to start feeling it. And at the end of the day, they're going to trust you and not care as much about the price. And so if you're sitting there right now and you're like, dude, this is all great, but I need to practice this. We have an advanced group where we role play and we train every single day. We do live call reviews. We use our AI to discover what your number one weakness is that's preventing you from closing deals. And we help you get deals across the line every single day. So you have to be doing at least $20,000 a month to be able to apply. But if that sounds at all interesting, there's a link in the description for you to talk to my team and you can get the exact help you need so you can practice going deeper on motivation and ultimately end up closing more deals. And if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. We do new videos like this every single week. We will see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.